Live. What's going on, everybody? How is all you beautiful people doing? Not sure if anybody's on here yet, but if you watched the rerun, we're extremely grateful for you and appreciate you for taking time out of your lovely day to check in and get a message of hope.
What's going on, everybody? How is everybody doing tonight? Joyce Shue, I see ya. What's going on, Higgy? Love you, brother. Catherine Lance, I love you. Hey, Don Lundberg. Melissa Chase. Hey, while we're waiting for everybody to file in here, guys, let's do me and Derek a favor. Let's get this video out there. Let's share this out to all your groups, family members, friends, people out there you know just might be struggling, who might need to hear a message of hope, a message of inspiration. And when you come over here and you deal with me and Derek, you're going to get a whole lot of love. I promise you that. Crystal Anderson, good evening. January, that's a unique name. January Beamer.
Say that, Drew. It's like a fat joke or something.
What, January?
No. When you come here with Derek, you're gonna get a whole lot of love.
You get a whole lot of something with Derek, I promise you. Amy Lynn, good evening. Julie Perkison, good to see you. Hey, Lindsay Faye Ann, Bobby Carr, Nathan Robert, Lynn Latour, Connie LaPrade, Chastity Snotter, David Marsh. I love all of you beautiful people. Marsha Stevens Roberts, good to see you. Jason Campbell, what's going on, brother? Lindsay, I just said your name, but it popped up again. Jody Ray. I really like that name, January. January for a name. That's a pretty cool name. January Beamer. Good to have you on here. Amy Baldwin, Anne Marie Lorenz. Good to see you on here as well. Gina, is that how you say it? Gina Dees. Good to see you on here as well. Hey, family. Good to see you guys showing up and hearing what me and Derek have to say tonight. You know, it's Thursday, as promised. And later on, after the video, Derek, we got to give away some stuff, right?
Yep, all you beautiful people that participated in the giveaway, we will be drawing some names at the end of this video for the Zero to Hero Drew Hicks shirt and the Vibe With Me Dream XL shirt. So looking forward to drawing two winners at the end of the video, man. So I'm excited about that. How are all you guys doing tonight? How's everybody's day going? Give me 1 second, Drew. I gotta. Can you turn the fan on?
Did you get a little stumped, brother? Are you stumped right now?
No, my volume was like down on my laptop, and there was a fan on near me, and it was kind of. I was like, why do I feel like something's different right now? And it just. I had turned my volume down on my computer, so it wasn't real loud. But
somebody said this. We'll put that on there. No, where'd it go? No, that wasn't it. I'm gonna scroll back up and here it is. I'll put that one up. Hey, Drew, Derek got my sweatshirt that Derek has on today. Love it.
Tracy Humphrey, that's awesome, man. I love this sweatshirt. It's one of my favorite. I love the color. I just feel cool when I wear it, like cool mint. I don't know why you're pointing at yourself, Drew, but
I love seeing my brother wear my hoodie. I do, man. I love it.
Absolutely, man. So what's going on with everybody, man? Guys, I think this is really, really important. It's Thursday night. We're about to embark on another weekend, alive and clean, hopefully. If you guys could, let's shoot the clean dates up in the comments, and let's get some hope shots flowing, man, for somebody that may need to get a little bit of hope, man. And you know what? Them clean dates are extremely, something to be extremely proud of, man. So if you guys don't mind, shoot up in the clean dates where you're coming from, and shoot the clean dates in the comments.
Absolutely, man. Be something to be very proud of. I remember Derek just talking about clean dates. I remember when I first attended my first 12-step meeting. And I'd go around the room and I was hearing people, they're 5 and 6 and 7 and 10 years clean. I was thinking, how the heck did they do that? You know, I'm thinking to myself, how did they get to that point? Where I just looked up to these people with so much admiration that, oh my gosh. So it's definitely something, guys, to be absolutely proud of. Throw those clean dates up, be proud of it. You've earned it. I mean, with a lot of, let's literally say, blood, sweat, and tears. And so be proud of it. Absolutely.
And you know what, guys? Listen, I believe that I don't ever ask anybody to do something I'm not willing to do. So I'll just share with you guys, man. The day that I started living and stopped surviving was 7/25/14, July 25th, 2014. That's literally the day that I started living and I stopped surviving.
Beautiful, brother. I'll throw it in there too, brother. I got your back on that one. The day that I started living and stopped dying was on February 26th, 2016. Coming up real quick, coming up on that one. I'm coming up, but no fronts,
Yeah, no fronts, but I mean,
But it's coming. It's coming.
a good possibility we got a celebration in the near future, man.
Yes, we do.
That's amazing, bro. I'm proud of you, man. I'm proud of everybody, that's shooting these clean dates up. And for anybody, man, that doesn't have a clean date yet, man, please don't, not feel a part of, man. This is just a hope shot for real for everybody to know that there is hope out here, guys. Through all the despair, the degradation, the guilt, the shame, dereliction, through all of that, man, there's good news. There is hope, right? And
Absolutely.
the clean dates, man. Like I said, if you don't have a clean date yet, man, hopefully, we give you a little bit of courage, a little bit of hope, man, for you to want to get a clean date. Um, and you know what? You're the reason why we do this for real. And we love you guys, and just want to thank you guys for giving me the opportunity to stay clean for another hour.
Amen to that. Jeez, that's so true. Like I said, tonight, we're going to come on here tonight. As you can see, the topic of the discussion is this connection, and since I have Derek with me on side by side, as promised, I'm going to talk about the connection that I have been able to establish him due to what recovery has given me. Um, I remember vividly the phone call that I received from Derek. I'm not sure how many months ago it was. I was about 4 months ago.
Yeah, probably in September.
September-ish, whenever about 4 months ago, Derek gives me a call and I'm talking to this guy. And there's certain people in your life that that that's gonna come into your life where you just know, okay, this is right. This is that person. This is it fits perfectly. The way he thought, the way he carried his dreams, the things, his goals, how driven he was. I knew that this guy was somebody that I wanted in my life. And I've learned through my active addiction and all the pain and trials, tribulations that I had to suffer in my active addiction, and the continuous my continuous ability in ignoring what God has wanted for me is not the man I am today. Today I investigate things and I look into things and I want to know why. Why is this person in my life? Is this person here to help me proceed in positivity and inspirational and encouragement, support the things that we all wish and desire in recovery. And Derek is absolutely fit that to a T and then some. I've learned from him. He's got more clean time than me, and not only does he have more clean time, he's got more experience, in recovery than I do. He's coming up on 5.5, right, bro? 5.5 years, and that's amazing to me. I'm coming up on 4 years, but still he's got that year and a half on me, and you can learn a lot in a year and a half. And so I've always told myself I have to continuously remain teachable. Okay, I'm never going to figure this all out. And that's why I put these certain men in my life. My sponsor, Victor, I love you, brother. If you watch this later, I got to call you. I know I'm going to call you. I need to call my sponsor. And Pastor Pat and Derek, Mikey from Dream XL, people like that, these men that I've put in my life, my inner circle that have helped me grow not only in life, but most definitely in my recovery. So you got to be very aware of who you have in your life today. Are these people taking from your cup or are they giving you back? And that's where I had to cut off the toxicity in my life. I've learned that, just because I've managed to establish a connection with somebody doesn't always mean that it's a good connection. Okay. A toxic connection will take more from you than you could ever possibly imagine, as you all probably already know. So I learned how to kind of basically to sift through the good and bad and just take what works for me.
Absolutely, man. And You know what, guys? Like just kind of rolling off, what Drew said, and I don't know. There may be some new people. Some have probably heard, how Drew and I met. Was through Mikey with Dream XL, and I just was like, you know what, man? Like I'm embarking on this journey. I didn't know a lot about these live feeds. I really just, in most of the time I've been clean, I just did recovery in the fellowship that I roll with, in the program that I roll with, and like I saw, what Drew was doing. We had briefly talked, and he gave me his number. And like, guys, I mean, Drew lives in Indiana. I don't know him from nobody. I didn't really know what he was about. But you know what? Like, I know that, like, for me, there was a lot of drug dealers that I didn't know what they were about. I didn't know how they operated, but I knew they had what I wanted, right? And I knew Drew was making some moves. He was doing his thing, man. And I wanted to learn and I wanted to grow because I became very interested in the live feeds and the recovery aspect online. And like, he talks about, I've been clean a little bit longer than him. He had been doing this longer than me. So like I knew that he had experience there, right? And like Drew talked about, man, I want to remain teachable in anything that I do. It's very important for me to practice humility, right? And so, like, when I made that call, I didn't know, what was going to develop. I had no idea that this man was going to become, one of my closest friends. Like, I mean, I talked to this dude, 3, 4, 5, it's really no telling times a day. We video chat, we talk about real shit. I had no idea the connection, but I knew that when I put myself in position for a connection to possibly take place, it could, man. Like, then that's really important, right? And with some humility and with some open mindedness and with some willingness, man, like here I am today with an amazing friend, right? And like that's really like, guys, I don't know about y'all, man, but like for real, the connections when I was using were very rare. And I'm not gonna say, man, my story is not like I didn't have any real friends using. I had built some connections using, man. Like there were some people that like I got down with. Now, did we do each other dirty? Yeah, but it wasn't personal. It was like, yo, chalk it up to the game. You know what I mean? Like people like my mom, you know what I'm saying? Like I stole my mom's wedding band and sold it. Was it personal? Nah, it's my mom, you know what I'm saying? But when it came to getting one more, like I had to do what I had to do. You know what I'm saying? Um, so even like connections, and one thing I want to share about that a little bit, right? Is the connections from the old hood, from the old using people, man. I had tried getting clean, going to the hood. Hey, y'all, look, what's up? I'm clean, I'm fresh. I got the J's on, man. Boom, I'm doing good, right? I got the fit. I'm cruising, right? I'm chilling. And I'm going to go in the hood and show all them how good I'm doing and save them, right? And my experience has shown me that people will get me loaded before I will get them clean, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, I really had to be careful. And that's not saying, guys, I've had the opportunity to help a lot of people that I use with, but like fresh out of treatment, going back to the hood, trying to say what's up and help people. Nah, man, it just wasn't a good idea for me, man, because like for real, and I'll just say this and I'll pass it over to you, Drew. Like, you were talking about being around people that are filling your cup and not taking right. Something I've learned in recovery is I need to have a healthy balance of giving away and receiving, right?
Absolutely. Right.
Because like I have experience with this where there was a point in my recovery where I was hanging out. I had a few years clean, and I was hanging out with a bunch of people that were very fresh in recovery. And what I learned was when you're just hanging out with new, you're going to feel new and act new because you're going to be a product of your environment, right? That's my experience, right? And so, like, I learned that I got to build connection with people that have clean time. See, for me, it was easier to rock with, people that were fresh like me because
Right.
we were all fresh, right? But
Right.
in order for me to survive, I got to get down with some people that got what I want. You know what I'm saying? So, man, like I'm blessed, dude, that I had some old timers in San Diego, man, that I really rock with tough. Old dudes, man. Like I'm talking about like grandfather status.
Right.
Um, but they felt the same way I did. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? All that kind of stuff. So, I just throw that out there.
I agree with you 100%, brother. That's why, I kind of gravitated towards the sponsor that I have in my life today. My sponsor, when Victor took me on, was 26 years clean. And so I looked at him as uh, like, how is that possible? However, I want to know how this man did how you got 26 years. Please explain it to me. Please talk to me, because I knew when I made a commitment into recovery on that February 26, 2016, that I was fully committed. I was 42 years old. I had made a decision that I was not going to continuously go down the path that I had done for the previous 25 years, because I had something other than myself to think about. I came into recovery. I had children. You just talked to Peyton earlier, Derek. I have my children were a huge driving force into me getting clean. Don't get it twisted. The most important person in my recovery is me. I know that, because I would never be any good to my children if I'm not good to Drew first. I get that. I understand. But my children were a driving force. At 42, with children, with the pain and with the misery, with the destruction and despair that I had experienced throughout my whole entire life, the 15 years, it was a contributing fact. It was just the perfect storm for me, bro. It all came together. It was that time for me to make that move. I want to throw this in here, though. As important as connections with people we have in our life, as important as they are, there's no more importance of a connection that I have for myself with my intimate and personal relationship with God.
Mhm.
Hands down. Without God in my life, Derek and I would have never crossed paths. I can say that wholeheartedly. I can believe that. I'm not going to press my God onto anybody. I don't do that. But I'm simply telling you, without an intimate relationship with God, I would have never pushed forward. I would have never pushed forward in the 12 steps that I apply in my life each and every day. That would not have been possible. So I have to throw that into, because that is absolutely the most important connection that I have in the world today.
Right, right. And then you know what, guys? I 100% agree, with Drew on that one, man. And you know what? I'll take it back a little bit, guys. Like the truth is, man, is I was always looking for a connection to something, right? When I found the drugs, they filled that hole in my belly, like Richie Berg would say. And they gave me a connection that I had been looking for so long, right? And see, like I remember Drew, like when I first, and you know what, guys, it's important to share this stuff for identification pieces. You know what I'm saying? So you
Mhm.
guys understand a little bit of my story, a little bit of Drew's story, right? But I remember, man, because like my disease progressed, right? Like in the beginning, it was like drinking, smoking pot, right? And I did that until I was about 21. And then I had found these painkillers, man. And you know what? People would say to me, "Yo, D, you need to be careful with them painkillers." I was like, "I'm gonna be careful. I ain't finna run out of this shit, right?" Like that was my idea of being careful, was not running out. And so like prior to that, man, I never thought in my wildest dreams, like I never thought ever that I would be shooting heroin, smoking crack, doing pills, right? I never thought I would be doing these things. Now, when I found heroin, I found that connection, man. I found that connection that I had been looking for my whole life, right? And it was a sick connection because she was really pretty. She was a cheaper date from the pills, you know what I'm saying? Um, But what y'all forgot to tell me was that she was coming with a lot more baggage. You know what I'm saying? Um,
Absolutely.
but I'll never forget, man, that when I found that connection, I felt whole until I didn't, right? And that was the end of the road for me, man. Like I don't say, yo, the drugs stopped working for me. They always got me high, but they didn't fill the void like they used to. It didn't give me that completeness anymore. The connection was broken, but I was so sick that it was like that toxic relationship that's got, it's the good. You just keep going back to it, even though you don't want to, you know what I'm saying? Uh, it was broken, but I just kept going back because I didn't know how to not keep going back. And that was, like we talked about our clean dates, man. Like, um, the day that I got clean was when the day that I surrendered. The disconnection is no longer working in my life, man. And I got to do something different. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, do. I get it, bro. I mean, me too. We all had figured out eventually. All of us who are in recovery today, who are watching Derek and I tonight, have come to that point. We just had to do something different. But we had to do something different, And I want to throw this in here. It's important to me also. Like Derek said, we have to throw in our own personal experiences and our own parts of our own story, and that we all found a connection with drugs. Okay, until that connection, like Derek said earlier, was not a connection. Okay, it turned into something a lot worse. The problem with Drew is that I've never read the fine print on anything in my entire life. I I never have, bro. I'm that instant gratification. I'm an addict through and through. I don't read the fine print. I go balls to the wall, and I think about I act now. I think about the consequences later. That's just always been me. I always flew by the seat of my pants. I didn't really realistically think about anything, or the aftermath of the choices that I was making in my life. Recovery. I mean, what it's done for my life is it's. I mean, I could sit here and talk with Derek and talk with all of you for the rest of the night on what it's done for my life and the blessings that it's bestowed upon me because of it. But you know what? I had to throw in here also, Derek, is the connection that I have with the fellowship of the people who are in recovery. Okay, I work a 12-step program. You and I both work the same program, and we can agree on how important that fellowship is. We have to continuously put ourselves in the same arena with like-minded people with like-minded goals. I like you said earlier, if we stick around the people who are new, we're always going to feel new. Okay, and when you implement yourself into the fellowship as a whole, you're getting the whole gambit. All that clean time, all that experience, all that love, all that frustration, anger. People who have experienced the similar things that Derek and I have experienced. I found my people when I walked into the room for the first time. I found my people, and when I say my people, that includes each and every one of you beautiful people on here tonight. I, you know, I guess I could say it like this: there was a time in my life where there was not a connection with another living person, not even my family. Not even my mother, not even my own children. I've told people on numerous occasions that my children were never enough to get me clean and sober, and I mean that. They never were. And I pushed my children aside. And I don't say this, to get anybody in their feelings about anything. I'm simply telling you that this is my story. I pushed my children aside because of my drug addiction. But today, I'm going to tell you right now, Derek has witnessed it, and a lot of people who know me personally have witnessed it, the connection that I have with my children today. Because I finally decided to get down to the root of what was going on inside my mind and my heart. And I was willing to get uncomfortable. I was willing to get vulnerable, like I tell each and every one of you all the time. Vulnerability has taken me places that I never possibly could have imagined. And it's only through my connection with God, through my connection with each and every one of you, and my connection with the fellowship of recovery as a whole, am I able to be and do what it is that I do today.
And that's beautiful, man, for real. And it's funny. You say you never were able to read the fine print. I read the big joint that said caution, and I would take double. You know what I'm saying? Look, and even guys, I'm talking about using people, places, and things, man.
Right.
Something say caution on it. Hey, shoot me two of those, please. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
That was the insanity for me, and still can be, guys, when I'm not staying vigilant, man. And you know what? Drew talked about the fellowship, man. And guys, I'm so grateful, for the online recovery community, man, and for the people that have welcomed me into the online recovery community, and all you beautiful people that continue to just love on us, man, and love on us, right? But like, yo, I just gotta share this story, man. Like, day one, I walked into my home group, right? And if you guys don't know what a home group is, it wasn't my home group at the time, but in the 12-step fellowship that Drew and I work, there's one meeting. You call it your home group, you do service there, you make a commitment, you show up every week. And this meeting ended up becoming my home group, right? But like I went in there on day one, guys, and we're talking about connection, right? I went in there on day one, beaten, broken, lost, empty, just hurting, confused, soulless, heartless, everything, man. Like just broken. Like that's the best way I could put it. Is I walked into this room totally broken. And you know what? I sat down and I announced myself as new. And every one of these members in the room said, Derek, welcome. We love you. Keep coming back.
Right.
And that was the love I have been looking for a long time. And you know what? I didn't know I was gonna find it that night. I was just in position, right? And you know the crazy part about this story, right? Is that I went in there, I said, guys, I got 1 day back. I just smoked some crack. And they said, Derek, welcome. We love you. Keep coming back. And my mind said, I ain't never told nobody that I just smoked some crack. And they said, welcome. We love you. Keep coming back.
Right.
I said, yo, I found my people. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's right.
you know what? Like, that connection, they started to love me back to life. And if none of you guys know, man, I got, my personal page, Love Back to Life Recovery. It takes me to that day one where I found that love connection with my people, man. And I was scared. I was feeling awkward. I was feeling weird with them, right? And after the meeting, I went outside and I'm standing against the wall like this, right? Because I don't know nobody. I'm so uncomfortable because I don't have one in me. And I'm looking at all of them smile with each other and laugh with each other. And like, yo, I was like, I want what they got.
Amen. Amen. I'm going to tell you, I'm just going to be honest. I'm going to tell you how important connection is and how important, you may not understand how important connection is. A lot of you have been following me for many years. Okay. And I've been people that I get to call family today. I call you family. Facebook decides to call you followers. I call you family. A lot of my family who has been following me for as many years as you've been following me, for as many years as you've been watching my videos. Let me tell you what, the relationship that I have with each and every one of you, if we would have not have established a connection from the gate, none of this would have been possible. Why are we doing this? Why are we even in recovery if we're not able or even willing to implement a connection in our life? We all know the feeling of isolation, of feeling fear and depression and anxiety, the fear of that crazy mentality of being stuck in active addiction. We all know that very well. I came into recovery for a different thing. I wanted to find a meaningful life. I wanted to find a life of value. I wanted to finally, for the first time in my entire life, do something positively, do something that my children, for the first time in their entire lives, could look at me in admiration. And I knew that keeping myself stuck in the revolving door of active addiction, it was never going to change. That life never changes. And it's by the grace of God that I'm able to still be standing on this earth today, breathing, with a message of hope, with a message of inspiration, with a message of encouragement and love. I just, connection is the most important thing in my life, whether it be a connection with God, whether it be a connection with my friends, Derek, whether it be a connection with the 12-step program, or whether it be a connection with the fellowship of people who are in recovery. I need a connection, and I need it with you. And I have a hard time believing that you're sitting at home right now, sitting on your couch, or if you're sitting wherever you may be, that you don't want a connection in your life as well. Let's get real. Let's get honest. We're not going to paint a picture of this tough persona that I don't need people in my life, and I don't need God in my life, and I don't need recovery in my life. That's bullshit. Stop lying to yourself. Stop lying to yourself. You want to get better, or do you want to stay sick? I mean, I don't know other way to say it.
Hey, you know what, man? It's a trip. Like, yo, you know what? In order to get better and not stay sick, sometimes I gotta break connections with the things that are comfortable, right? And I'm about to say some stuff, right? And it's sick, man. It's sick, right?
Yeah.
The fact that I was comfortable with my connection to pain, right? Because that's what I was comfortable with, man. Pain, chaos, right? Toxic relationships, right? I had this connection with them, in a sick, twisted way for a long time, right? And you're talking about we're healing and not dealing. You know what I'm saying? And like I had to get down and do some work, man. And like we talked about enabling the other night, right? And sometimes, man, I gotta break the connection that I have with sickness, man. That can come through other people, right? That can come through sexual behavior. That can come through gambling, eating, man. Like, yo, I wish that I could break the connection with eating in the middle of the night, but I just can't stop.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Look, I woke up the other night. I'm eating peanut butter and chocolate covered pretzels hanging off the side of my bed at 3 in the morning, fresh out of my sleep, right? Because it gives me comfort, Drew.
Mm-hmm.
But in the morning, I wake up and I got the acid reflux. I feel disgusting. Why do I feel bad when I wake up? Well, let's see, bud. You ate a whole bag of chocolate peanut butter covered pretzels in the middle of your sleep last night. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
But when the pain becomes greater than the fear of change, I will surely let go.
Right.
Right? And so, like, and let me dissect that a little. When the pain becomes greater than the fear of change, we will surely let go. Right? And so, like,
Amen.
for me, man, so when that pain becomes just like that much, I break the connection, right? Now I get the courage to do something different, right? And get some freedom, guys. Like when I had broken the connection, right? Because we're focusing on the word connection tonight. When I broke the connection with toxic, unhealthy things in my life, I got free, man. When I was connected to the chains, I'm not free. I'm a slave. When I break it, freedom, man. And that all comes from me, like Drew said, the fellowship, the 12 steps, my God, right? All of those things, literature so important.
Absolutely.
The major word that goes around all of them is love.
Absolutely. Love. And that's what originally drew us into the connection that you and I have today, Derek, is love. And everybody knows if they've been following me for as long as they have, is that I built my page on a foundation of love. Okay. What I give you is nothing but the love that I have been shown by my sponsor, by my pastor Pat, by Derek, by people that I've chosen close to me in my intimate circle of people that I have in recovery today. Love. A lot of us have a hard time accepting love because we know for as many years as we were stuck in our active addiction, we were shown love on a different spectrum. Let's say it like that. It wasn't the love that we were looking for, or the love that we deserved or that we earned, because nobody deserved to be traumatized or victimized in active addiction. I know so many of you were. I understand. I have been through a lot of the same situations, the trauma, the victimized situations. But I was a very young child, But what I've learned through the trauma and through the pain and through all the things that I've had to endure in my life is that I can't keep myself isolated because of that. Okay. I cannot keep myself away from people because let me tell you, I didn't believe that there were genuinely good people in the world. The world that I lived in and the world that I came from was nothing but pain and nothing but deceit, nothing but manipulation. Don't get me wrong. I was raised by two amazing and beautiful parents. I have a very loving family, but I'm talking about the world that I was in for 25 years. That's sick and disgusting. The world of destruction, despair, insanity, and chaos. That world, and after 25 years, it just grew on me. I let that seed plant of just, this is what you deserve. You deserve nothing more than what you have today, Drew. I never believed that I could have a life of value, that I could learn to respect and appreciate myself as a person as a whole. And most importantly, I never believed that I could ever love myself.
Hmm.
Loving myself was the hardest thing that I've ever learned to do because I never believed that I was worth loving. I never believed that I was worth loving. All the guilt that came with me in recovery, it was brutal. And it was brutal. And and there was a process of working with my sponsor and a therapist, and getting through these things. It's not easy. It's the scariest and most petrifying thing that any one of us will ever do for our lives. But it's the payoff. And you guys have heard me say, as this addict, I always wanted to know what the payoff was on anything that I did. What's the payoff? Okay. What am I going to get out of this? Because I'm a very selfish person inside. What am I going to get by implementing recovery into my life? And what it has shown me that I can live a life of selflessness instead of selfishness. I can live a life of love instead of a life of hate. And this is the man that I choose to live. I'm not perfect and I fall short. There's been many days where I fell short, but I investigate my mistakes that I make today because I am not trying to be the definition of insanity today. I learn from my mistakes. I learn, I grow, and I keep it moving.
Wow, man. You know what, man? You're talking about loving yourself, man, and like you know what, man, like I just wanted that my whole life, man. And you know what? Shout out to our boy Carl Fry, man. He jumped
What's
on
up,
with
Carl
us,
Fry?
did an amazing job, man. And it really hit my heart when he talked about looking in the mirror and being so angry he punched and shattered the mirror because he hated who he saw in the mirror, man. And that hit my heart a lot, and like in order for me to start loving myself, I have to break those unhealthy connections, man. And like, guys, I'm talking about, listen, man, with years clean, still practicing behaviors, right, that left me with the same feelings that drugs did, right? Same behaviors that didn't show that I was loving me, right? And see, because like I looked at my self worth and I looked at my identity behind how many girls I was sleeping with, right? How I was sleeping with them, man. And like, you know what? I've learned it's a common thing in recovery, right? That like, you know what? Sometimes we're looking for love on our knees and on our backs and on, you know what I'm saying? And like, you know what? I had to break that chain, man, of like, yo, like loving myself is not giving a part of myself away to every single person, man. Like, because in the beginning, that validation I found through sex and through behaviors, man, it made me feel like I love me because it gave me some confidence, right? It made me feel good until I didn't, because like we're talking about connection, right? And like you look at like, yo, a sexual connection, and because like in addiction, man, sex becomes such a huge part of that lifestyle, right? And so like coming into recovery, man, like that can be our identity sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And like
Absolutely.
breaking that connection of like, yo, I don't have to sleep with somebody. I don't have to have sex with somebody in order for them to love me, right? Or in order for me to feel like I'm enough, man. Like I learned in recovery that like I can find some things inside of me and I can just be enough for who I am and not what I can do, and like that was all a part of me loving myself and a part of me growing, man, is that like, I didn't have to practice them behaviors no more, man. Like, and I've said it on here before, but it just was so strong for me, man, that I hear people's stories sometimes with the sexual behaviors and, selling your body, to get one more bag of dope or drink, right? And like, when I came into recovery and I was basically giving my body away for one more bag of validation, man, it left me broken just like I was before I got clean, right? So I had to start to do some work, man, and start loving on me so I could stop being a hoe, right? And like, people would look at me and say, oh, Derek's just a hoe, right? But inside I was hurting because I was confused. I was lost still. That was the connection that was making me feel okay. But I had to read the fine print, man. That like, yo, you want something different, you got to do something different. And like talking about connection and sexual behavior, man, and you mentioned the word traumas, man, like looking at the sexual stuff from a young age and bringing it into adulthood, right? And allowing those traumas and those situations to feed behaviors that are still killing me, man. The confusion, right? And like
Right.
the belief system, like I gotta be able to do this for them in order for me to be enough, right? And it all stems back and like, yo, how do I figure all this out? I gotta get busy. I got to enhance my connection with God, people, literature, 12 steps, something, right? If the 12 steps ain't for you, find a connection with something greater than yourself, man. And through all of those things, man, I've been able to start healing, Drew.
Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. You know, the most important thing for me that I've learned in recovery when it came to connection, brother, was I had to learn how to differentiate what kind of connection was good for me and what kind of connection was deadly for me and what kind of connection was bad for me. You know, because we can establish a connection with somebody or something doesn't necessarily mean it's going to benefit us in any way. It could almost it could be very dangerous. It could take away our life. You know, it can do damage. So, you know, I've learned to to create these boundaries in recovery. You know, recovery has taught me that I can create
Mm,
these healthy boundaries. You know, when it came to different things or different people who were trying to implement themselves into my own life, into my life, my personal area. You know, because it's not just about me anymore today. It's like I was saying earlier. I was a very selfish person. I've done a lot of work when it came to being selfish, and I've learned that it's not just about Drew today. I'm a father,
mm,
most importantly. You know, and I have my children to think about. And I have to think about their well-being and their nurturing and the love that they need and the support that they need. And so, if I'm bringing somebody into my life, I'm going to do and I'm going to be like investigated. You know, whatever. It's going to be a investigation involved here. I want to know what you're about. I want to know what you stand for. I want to know if you're about what you say you're about. You know, because before in my active addiction, I was so quick to get that attention, to get that validation from anybody. I didn't care who the people were who were calling me their friend or who I was getting to call my friend. If that makes sense to any one of you, I've learned to create these boundaries, and with these boundaries, I'm able to differentiate who's good for Drew, who's not good for Drew. You know, and you know what? Your actions, and we've heard this so many times throughout our life, speak so much louder than words. You know, I want to know what you're doing in your life. I want to see the action behind the words. You know, you could talk to me till you're blue in the face, you know, but it doesn't mean really much unless I see action behind it today.
mhm. Absolutely, bro. Boundaries are extremely healthy, and you know what? Like, you know what's been the best connection, man, is just to be able to love and be loved, Drew.
That's right.
And I know you feel the same way, man. Like, for real, guys, to just be lovable and to be able to love, man.
Amen.
You know, guys, like sexual behavior is a huge part of my story. And my mind always was telling me, right, that I need to protect myself. I need to protect my feelings. I need to live like this to not feel like that. And it was all out of fear, right? And self centeredness. And the whole time, my heart is screaming, I just want love.
Hmm.
I just
Amen.
want love, right? That's, man, when my heart is screaming it, but I continue to just neglect that noise, right? Because of fear and self centeredness, I'm robbing myself of true connection, Drew. True
Absolutely.
connection, right? And I truly believe this, man. We all have that little boy or that little girl that lives inside of us, right? And the connection with that little boy or that little girl. You ever feel it, Drew, where you just get out and you do something and you just feel so free, right? Like you just let the little
That
boy
inner
out.
child, the inner
Yeah,
child.
man, that inner child just.
Absolutely.
And you know what the sad thing is, man, is that I threw walls around the little dude for so long, right, to
Mhm.
protect him, but I was only robbing him, man.
I
And
know.
when I finally let that inner child out, man, the miracle starts to happen, the freedom starts to happen, the connection with that inner child starts to be free, man, and it's such an amazing ass feeling.
You can't get past that, bro. I absolutely agree with you 100%. And I've only been able to experience it because I've finally, for the, you know, and implemented recovery into my life. You see, I've never would have been able to experience and tap into that inner child or give that inner child the feeling that you're talking about right now, even a shot, if not for recovery. You know, because my disease wants to keep me in destruction and insanity. It wants me to live in waller in pain and suffering. It doesn't want me to be experience the joys and the meaning and the value of life today. You know, and that's why I was that addict who fell for the lie, hook, line, and sinker. I was that addict. I bought into it wholeheartedly. I invested. I established a connection with the disease of addiction like no other.
Mhm.
But what I've learned that I can do as well is that I can establish a connection with recovery. You know, is that I think inside of us we all have this resilience called the human spirit, who wants to fight, who wants to live, who wants to push forward, who doesn't want to bow down, who doesn't want to go quietly into the dark with your head held down in defeat. We all want to stand proud. And you know what? That's what recovery's given me. Connections. It's a huge part of life today. And I appreciate all the connections that I have with people, with God, with the program, and I look forward to establishing more connections with beautiful people such as all of you.
Hmm. Hey, you know what, guys? If you could do us a huge favor, right? Please smash the heart button. As always, man, if you could share the love,
Hmm.
anywhere you feel necessary. But I would really love to see in the comments, where are you guys um, searching for connection today, man? Where is the connection happening in your lives? If it's your kids, your spouses, friends, employees at work, where is the connection happening for you guys in your lives today, man? I'd really love to, see that come up in the comments, man, and just see the miracle happen in your guys' lives, man, for real. It just
Amen.
fills my spirit. I know it fills Drew's spirit so much, man. And you know what, guys? I've said it on here before. Um, the connection with an addict, right? And that saying that rings so deep with me so much is, I don't know what addict looks like, but I know
I
what
know
addict
one
feels like,
feels like.
right? And the connection that we have with those feelings, man, is unbreakable, right? It's,
Hmm.
you just can't compare it to anything else. And one thing I found about connection is, guys, is that sometimes, you know, people, places, things, they come into your life for a season, a reason, or a lifetime. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And I don't always know if it's going to be a season. I don't always know if it's going to be a reason. And I don't always know if it's going to be a lifetime. But I just live in the present moment, and I appreciate and I remain grateful for the connections, right? And even when the connection is broken and when the connection is lost, I still try to remain grateful for what it's done for my life. That's so important for me. Just to remain
Absolutely.
grateful for what has happened through that person, place, or thing.
Absolutely, brother. I don't know what addict looks
I'm
like.
searching for a connection with self. Jack Collins, man, I love that comment, brother. You know what? I think that searching for that connection with self is a journey. It's not a destination. I know Drew can, attest to the same thing, man. Like, that's a journey, brother. I continue to keep just digging deep and deep and deep, man, and just continue to keep, uh, building and searching for that connection with myself. So you're not alone, brother Jack.
You know what? I think the most that's a good point. You know what you just said there, Dirk. Establishing connection with ourselves. It's the scariest thing that any one of us, will ever do because, like I said, I've said in numerous videos in the past, is that, I had no problem looking outside of Drew and helping others, even in my active addiction. I was still out there trying to say, how can I help? What can I do? Even though we lived in that deceitful and grimy world, I still found myself trying to help others in some way. I didn't want to focus on me. I didn't want to establish a connection to me because there was a fear inside me that I was scared to see what I was going to see. So I was not willing to establish a connection with myself. But you know what? It starts with us. It ends with us, and everything in between, it's with us. If we don't establish a connection with ourselves, and even regardless, through all of our awkwardness, our quirkiness, and all the insecurities that we all may have, and we all have them. Come on, let's just real. We do. That's just being human. Even through all of that, I can accept myself today. I can wake up every morning, Derek, go in there, brush my teeth, look in the mirror, and say, hey, you know what? You're an awesome dude. You're actually a good man nowadays. I love the man that stares back at me in the mirror, and I fought to obtain that man. You know, the man that I have, the man that I get to live, you know, today in this body, was fought for. I fought for him. It didn't come knocking at my front door and say, here's the life, here's the man that you should be. You know, it through a lot of pain, a lot of struggle, a lot of aggravation, and a lot of tears. This is the product of all the hard work that I put in.
Hell yeah, bro. And that's amazing. And I just love you, man, for real.
I love you too, brother.
I just love what recovery has done for my life, man. You
Amen.
know, I was
Amen.
talking to a childhood friend the other day, and my connection with people that I've known in 5.5 years is way stronger than connection I have with people that I grew up with, right? And I don't get it twisted. I still got connection with some of these guys, right? But for the most part, man, like my first sponsor, man, asked me to be in his wedding this year. Asked me to
Amen.
be in his bachelor party. My current sponsor invited me to his wedding. A really good friend of mine in recovery, man, like asked me to be in his wedding. Like what? Be in your
Right.
wedding? They didn't even invite me to weddings, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, like I was bugging out the other day, dude. My dad's crazy, right? And a friend of his was like, Derek, are your friends buying houses? And my dad was joking, right? He goes, Derek's friends don't buy houses, they rob houses.
Right.
I started laughing, and because that's not true today. I mean, that I know of, but it was just like, you know what, man, we could laugh at that kind of stuff today, Drew. And
Right. Yeah.
I'm grateful for the connection that we have when we get to laugh, man. You know what I'm saying? When our spirits get full on that level, like I
Amen,
don't,
brother.
I'm blessed, bro. And every time, we do these live feeds, man, and all the love comes through. Like I never thought that like such a strong spiritual and loving connection could come through a computer, man.
You know, I like to talk. I like to really. I dog my children because of all the technology that they've growing up in. Growing up, they've had access to all these things. But without this social media platform, brother, there's been so many people that I would never have been able to establish a connection with. You know, I mean, genuine and honest and amazing people, and I thank God that He blessed me with the platform that He has blessed me with, in order for me to reach so many amazing and beautiful people, and all of you who continuously watch my videos, watch Derek's videos, watch our videos together, you guys show us the support and the love that, we've all been searching for our entire life, you know, and we're just willing to give it all back to you. Derek and I, we remain teachable. We understand that that the programs that him and I both work at, that we both have established, it was built on the foundation of love. And we're just willing to give it back because we can only keep this if we give it back to you guys. And we love you very much. And I think, Derek, we're going to show some love right now. It's almost time to let these people know who won the t-shirts.
So you know what, guys, we did a little giveaway. Drew, we wore them on last night's live feed, the shirts that we're going to be giving away. We got the Drew Hicks Zero to Hero special collection from Dream XL, and I'll be giving away a Vibe With Me shirt from Dream XL. We're talking about connection, man, and you know what, Mikey Concepts, Drew and I
Yes.
both have a lot of love for Mikey and for everything that he does over there at Dream XL. And it's guys, we're just honored to be able to have you guys participate in a giveaway. We're honored to be able to show love to Dream XL and to help him promote and help him put things out there, man. And hopefully, two of you very lucky winners are gonna get to rock a Dream XL shirt, man,
And Drew
feel
Hicks
proud,
original.
and Drew Hicks original, right? And so, with that being said, which one should we do first, or which one is this?
That don't matter to me, brother. We can rock out with whoever. I mean,
Come on, Drew. I'll be like,
we can do mine first.
yeah.
All right, with this name here,
I didn't know you were gonna say yours first. No.
because I'm selfish. Because I'm selfish. All right, guys.
That
Now
was a
remember,
setup in case you did like I was gonna set you up either way.
and before we draw, I do want to give a huge shout out to Mikey Concepts, guys. Mikey and I have had a relationship probably the better part of 15 months now. You guys have seen the numerous collections that he has created for me. I absolutely love this man to death. He's got he's very artistic mind. Without his love, his support, and Dream XL and Mikey, this drawing would have never happened. The clothes and the brand that I wear, with all the stuff that you guys see on my apparel link, that's Mikey and his artistic mind, And so with the connection that I've established with Mikey and Dream XL, this is the reason that this all happens today. I love you, Mikey. Thank you, brother, for being part of my life and just helping me grow.
Absolutely, Mikey, and I'm grateful for everything that you and I have got to do together. If you're watching, grateful for everything that we've got to do together and the inspiration and motivation that you've given me. And guys, we just love being able to help out our people, man, and be able to do what we can for them. So, with all that being said,
All right, brother. This is gonna be my Zero to Hero T-shirt. So, who is it? Drum roll. I wish we got sound effects.
the first winner is Taya Guess.
Taya Guess. Taya
Taya,
Guess. Are you watching, Taya?
Taya, if you're watching, shoot it up in the comments. I'm not sure if she is.
I don't know. I haven't seen a Taya Guess on here. Taya, if you watch the replay later, or if you get told by one of your friends that you won, please message me on my public figure page. Let me know. Message me. Make sure it's in a private message on my public figure page. Message me your address. And we will get that out to you as soon as you let us know that it's you. Everybody show some love for Taya. Congratulations, Taya. It's going to be an honor to let you rock out with one of my T-shirts.
And the
next one for the Dream XL
is Lainey Stevens.
Lainey Stevens gets the what shirt is it called? What was it? The
Vibe with me.
Vibe with me. The Dream XL Vibe with me. And Lainey, congratulations. Let's throw some hearts up for Lainey. Message. Who's she messaging for that one?
I can reach out to her. She's on my page, so I can reach out to Lainey. So congratulations, guys, to the two winners. And
congratulations. Yeah, most definitely. We love you guys. We appreciate you guys for participating.
Absolutely. And guys, this is something that Drew and I are going to be trying to do. We're going to be trying to do this maybe once a month, and just to be able to give back and to be able to do some things, man. So definitely, I don't know. I like to be able to do things like this, man. So
I love giving away free stuff, for people, and you know what? I think a lot of people who follow, both me, both Derek, both Mikey Concepts and Dream XL, we want to wear our recovery loud and proud. As you guys know, I rock my recovery gear every single day. I'm proud to say that I'm an addict in long-term recovery today, and I wear it on my clothes every single day. Let the world see it. Be proud to be in recovery today. I mean, come on, let's throw the hearts up. How many of you are proud to say that you are in recovery today? How many? Come on now. We know we are, because there has been so many years in my mind. I never could believe or ever could imagine that I ever would have made it, that I was going to make it. And I made it. And you made it. Rock that. Be proud of it. Wear it on your clothes, and be proud of it.
Christopher Carr said, wow, I thought I would get a response. I'm not sure, brother, if you're talking, if you said something to us, I don't know. There's lots and lots and lots of comments that flow through, guys, and they come.
Absolutely, guys. You got to remember this feed travels very fast. And so if you said something that me or Derek did not see, we apologize, but this feed goes by extremely fast with as many people who come on. And so.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it. But you know what, guys? Again, we sometimes can't catch all of them as much as we try. We can't catch all the comments, man, and we love all of you guys and do our absolute best, man, to try to catch them. It's not that easy, but we love you guys, man. I'm really, really, really grateful for all of you guys, man. If you could, um, jump over to Love Back to Life Recovery page, hit that like button. Make sure you smash the hearts. Jump over to Dream XL, man. Hit that like button over there, guys. Carl Fry, Inspirational Freestyle Recovery Flow. Hit that like button, man. We do a lot of work, man, to try to be able to give back as much as we can, and it's not possible without all of you guys, man. So love all you beautiful people. Drew, as always, man, it's an honor and a privilege to get to, jump on, man, and to share a message of hope with you, brother. And I love all of you guys, man. And I hope you go in and rock out, this weekend. Enjoy it. And
Super Bowl's weekend.
Yeah.
Don't even, dude.
I'm
Don't.
so hurt. You know what, man? But yeah, I just love you guys, man. And stay clean. Do what you do.
I appreciate you, brother. Thanks for being on here again with me,
You,
man.
buddy. All right.
I love you. Hey, guys, I appreciate you guys coming on with me and Derek. And congratulations to the 2 winners. Please message us, and we will get those out to you as soon as we possibly can. We love you guys. That's an understatement. That's an understatement. Like Derek said, without each and every one of you, none of this is possible. None of this is possible. None of us got here alone. And none of us will be successful in recovery alone. We do this. We make this fight together. Each day we wake up blessed. Let's emphasize the word blessed to get another day clean and sober. Let me tell you something. I appreciate what recovery has not only given me as far as the connections that I have in life, but what it's given me internally as far as the love and the gratitude and the spirits of principles that I get to apply in my life each and every day, the spirits of principles that I want to throw over in your lap each and every day. I love you guys so much. I appreciate you guys for tuning in with Derek and I again tonight. Another huge shout out to Mikey K, Mikey Concepts over there at Dream XL, who makes my recovery gear look rock star status. I love you, Mikey Concepts. I love Dream XL. If you haven't already, go over there to Dream XL, smash that like button, invite your friends to Dream XL, invite your friends to Love Back to Life Recovery. And if you haven't already liked and followed my page, please do that as well. I appreciate you more than you will ever know. All I'm out here to do is support you, to love you, to encourage you, and to inspire you. If that works, then that's what works. We all have a story to tell. And our truth is most definitely what sets us free. I love you all so very much. I'll give a few shout outs and I will get out of here and let you guys enjoy the rest of your evening. I will be back on tomorrow morning. Tomorrow's Friday morning. Friday morning motivational. Get your weekend kick-started in the right direction tomorrow morning at 7:15. Let me see here. Jacqueline Allnut, thank you for being here. Dawn Erickson, Renee Cooper, I love you. Crystal Star Anderson, love you. Let's see, Mary Mayer, thank you for watching. I love you, sister. I will see you tomorrow, right? Mary Mayer, I will be speaking over there in Elkhart, Indiana tomorrow. And there's going to be a crowd. It's going to be something different. I'll be over in Elkhart, Indiana. If you guys haven't seen the post, I'll be going with the Stronger Than Addiction Live. I will be speaking over there in Elkhart, Indiana. 1125 Middlebury Street in Elkhart, Indiana, tomorrow at 6 p.m., where it'll be a live audience and a live video. It's going to be a whole get up and cameras and stuff. It's going to be me. It's going to be Angel Bryant. I love you very much. Thank you for inviting me to participate in this. And Brittany Moffitt. And then I can't forget, I'm forgetting the other man's name. The post is on, I've never met this man. I apologize for not remembering. But the event is on my page. If you scroll down, you'll see it. I'll repost it after the video if you guys don't know, but I will be speaking in Elkhart, Indiana tomorrow. I love you all very much. I appreciate you guys very much. And that's a reminder. I will not be live tomorrow night because I will be live and Catherine will be streaming the video. It will be starting at 6 p.m. tomorrow, Eastern Standard Time. I will not be going live tomorrow evening at my regular time, guys. It's going to be at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll have Catherine shared across all my platforms because I believe it's going to be originally broadcasted through the Stronger Than Addiction page. So, but I'll have Catherine stream it to all my pages, my public figure, my Clean and Sober page, Clean and Sober group. And so you guys can all see it that way. I love you all very much. So remember, 6 p.m. tomorrow, you guys will hear me speak. If you are in the Elkhart City area and want to come see me live, 1125 West Middlebury Street, I believe. I love you all very much. I appreciate you guys being here tonight. And I'll give a couple more shout outs and I am out of here. Amy Baldwin, love you. Let's see. Catherine Lance, you know I love you. Amber Goins, I love you. Thank you for being here. Jennifer Wheeler, I love you, sister. I love you. I love you. I'm proud of you. That authentic picture that you tagged me and Derek in tonight, that's what's up. That's what's up. We love authenticity. Authenticity. Be your genuine and authentic self. Authentic self. Love it. Christy Johnson, thank you for being here. Love you. Connie the Prod, I love you. Joshua McBee, love you. Let's see here. We got some more people. Let me look on my phone. Maybe I'm missing some people. I'll scroll back. Joy Shu, you know I love you, sister. Let's see. I appreciate that. I will do great tomorrow. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm going to give it the old Boy Scout effort, you know. Let's see here. Let's see here. Do me a favor, guys, and let's share this video out tonight. I think Derek and I did an amazing job tonight. I think there's some people out there tonight who could benefit from this video. So let's get this out there. I love you all very much. You know, like I said, tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time from the Stronger Than Addiction page. And like I said, Catherine will share it across every platform that I have. I love you all very much. I hope you guys have a great rest of your evening. Whew! With all that being said, I love you. You already know. Clean and sober. That's what's up.